Hello, farmers, and welcome to another episode of the harvest season. My name is Al,
And my name is Kevin.
and we're here today to talk about cottagecore games and maybe the Switch too. Woo!
Woo! All cottage core games will be switched to exclusives now forever. That's what the direct told me.
Mm, sure. Uh,
Uh,
uh, we are going to talk this episode about Mika and the Witch's Mountain, the updates, because there have
again.
been 3 updates since we talked about it last. Although 2 of those updates we're probably not going to talk about because there's not much in them. There's like
No.
one mini game, 2 mini games, and
Well,
some quality of life
I did
improvements.
the churro races. I will
Oh, well, there you
talk
go. You
about.
can talk about the churro races. I did not do the churro races. I did the dungeons in the 3rd update.
There you
Um,
go.
so that's what we've got. So we're going to talk about that. Before
Okay.
that, we have a lot of news because a lot has happened recently. And
Did
that's
you
even
hear that?
after all the news that you covered on the last episode, Kevin, about the Switch 2
Yeah.
games. Whew. Just all the news. It's busy,
It
busy
it
time, and we're
it
not even
it
in
is
June
a
yet.
beefy one. Yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right.
Um, but first of all,
Let's
Kevin, what have
not
you
get
been up
into it.
to?
Yeah, let's get into that. Okay, obviously Mika. We'll get to that. Marvel Snap. I play. It's the what if season.
Ah,
What if there weren't a lot of players and there's a lot of bots? Because there's a lot of bots right now. Um, Marvel Snap's still a good place. I like it, or I like it. Maybe not a good place, but I like it. They're trying to make some changes because it is still a treadmill that you can't get off.
mhm.
But they're trying to make some changes to make it a little easier. They're
Oh,
gonna
you
start
can get off. The problem is if you get off, you're unlikely to get back on again.
Yeah, then there's that. But we get the this I'd say the what if season, like the actual show what if, they're trying to focus on that. We get the Strange Supreme, the bad one. We get the Infinity Ultron. Captain Carter is the season pass card because of course she is. So yeah, fun stuff, but yeah, it's Marvel Snap. It is what it is. Other than that, the other Marvel game I play, Marvel Rivals. We welcome to the Hellfire Gala. Um, the new season just started just yesterday as of recording. We got Emma Frost as the never-ending arms race to make hotter and hotter characters in this game. She's fun to play though. She is a tank actually, and she comes with 2 modes. There is her standard psychic attacking mode where she attacks people with her brain and she can create a little shield and whatnot. Or, as Emma Frost does, she can switch into her diamond mode where she goes completely melee and will actually pick up people, slam them on the ground. She will kick them into the wall, and she gets reduced damage and so on. It's a lot of fun. Marvel Rivals, very fun. We got Venom twerking. We're in a good place.
I, I don't know
I
what to tell
saw
you.
that. I thought it was a mod, and then I saw it in the game. I was like, "Oh, that's not a mod." Oh, good times. What about you, Al? What's been up with you?
Mostly Mika. Um, I was obviously playing the dungeons, and we'll talk about whether I enjoyed that or not. Spoiler alert, I did. Um, but I also have
Ah,
tried
ah,
cassette beasts again.
ah. That's a good one. I need to get. I am intending to fire it up again this week because we just got an update, so there's
Yeah,
more things for me to do, and that's exciting.
I am struggling, Kevin.
Oh no, where's the struggle? Where's the pain points? Tell
I
me.
Okay, so I've just finished the tutorial, so I'm hoping that I now get there, right? Because the tutorial is reasonable. It took me like an hour and a half to get through the tutorial.
I'm trying to remember what
Um,
is the tutorial like, or
so
what do
you
you
like
consider
go
the tutorial?
off, you go off to like look at a path that's been destroyed, and when you
Uh-huh.
get there, there's like a building, and then when you get into the building, there's an archangel, and you have to
Okay.
fight the archangel. So you like
Okay.
you go along a path and you have some
Sure.
battles and you get blah
Sure.
blah blah
Sure.
blah blah. And then you
Hmm.
get back to the town and you discuss what just happened and then it's like, oh, tutorial's done. And you're like, okay, wow, goodness, that was a long tutorial. Um,
Okay.
but like many tutorials, I feel like it kind of interrupts gameplay a lot to tell you things and to do
Okay.
certain things, and I don't find that particularly fun. So I'm hoping that things go a bit smoother from here.
Okay. It's been a while since I've played the tutorial, so I can't speak to that. But
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you sink into it because after the tutorial, it's kind they just really let you loose.
Hmm.
Right, like it's a, I mean, obviously you've heard us talk about it. It's one big, it's all one map really. So you can get out there and kind of explore. There will be hindrances and stuff you have to do to progress, but it will ramp up quickly the amount of stuff you can do, I think.
Yeah. There's a few things I think I don't know whether it's just because of how like different they are to Pokemon battles, but I'm also feeling a little bit weird about the battles. Like I
Uh-huh.
feel weirdly restricted in them. Like I feel my level is too low. And it's like after I've done one wild battle, like not even another trainer
Yeah.
battle, I feel like at that point I need to be able to rest.
Uh-huh.
But it costs materials to rest when you're not like in the town, and that
Yeah.
feels a little bit weird. Like it feels like it's trying to be a survival game, but I don't think I want it to be a survival game, right? Like I don't know. There's just lots of little things that are a bit frustrating to me, and I don't know whether that's because they're just different and I'm not used to how this is thinking about this type of
Mm-hmm.
game, or whether it's just that I don't enjoy that, and I guess we'll see. I'm not giving up on it yet,
Okay.
but
I I I
we'll
will
see.
offer this piece of advice. The game is it's I want to say more defensive or you have to play a lot more defensively than you do
Hmm.
in Pokemon.
Hmm.
The damage is a lot bigger.
It's
Uh
huge.
yeah, the walls that a lot of the monsters can generate walls or whatever. You're gonna want to use those because
Mm.
they can take 2 to 3 hits for like a quarter of your health, and in this
Yeah.
game, that is a good bargain.
And I think
Uh,
I think part of the problem is that we all know that I'm not the biggest battling fan in Pokemon, right? Like I like
yeah,
collecting, and I
yeah.
worry that maybe this is just too battle focused for me.
It might be, because it's not as brain dead, I would say, as Pokemon. Like, after 20 years,
Hmm.
we know the deal in Pokemon.
Hmm.
It requires a little more attention. Um, but so I can understand what you kind of what you're saying there. Um,
I'm
but
gonna kill Johnny's gonna be so sad when he hears this. Um, I also think that there's a lot, there's a lot of kind of puzzles and stuff to progress on the map, right? Like you have to find like
right,
a switch that will do a thing that lets you progress to another bit.
yeah,
And I don't know, I'm not I think the thing is that what I'm looking for in a creature collector is collecting creatures.
mm-hmm.
And this game feels like a an exploration game with survival and battles that also you happen to collect creatures in, you know?
I
Um,
I think the emphasis is a little stronger than that on creature collecting, but I do agree that there is a lot of emphasis on the exploration and the puzzle solving and all that.
mhm.
Right. So if that's
Yeah.
not your bag, then
Well,
yeah,
see,
that's going to be
it's not
difficult.
that I don't like puzzles, right? Like I love puzzles in some games. I just don't know if I want it in this game.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if
Well,
that's what I'm looking for here, but we'll see. I'm gonna push forward for a little bit longer. I think now that I'm out of the tutorial, I need to give it more time after that.
all right.
But
Well,
we'll see. The last thing that I don't like about it, and this is definitely something I don't like. I don't like the menus. The menus are terrible. I hate them.
I have to look at the menus. It's been a while.
I feel like it's really hard to explain why I don't like these menus, but there's just something about them that they feel incomplete. They feel it's not that they're buggy, but I just feel
Hmm.
like I'm confused at what I'm looking at. If that makes sense, like
Mm.
everything kind of blends together and there's a bunch of words and a bunch of stuff, and I'm never quite sure what's a button, and I'm never quite sure where I'm meant to be doing things. And I have no connection to any of the creatures yet. And so that doesn't help me. So I look and I've got like, here's a list of creatures. I don't care about them.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's
know, that one's that's going to be tough because I do think they do not. Uh, they don't emphasize that connection with the creatures like they do. They feel very much more either. I mean, there's some designs I like or whatever, right? But there's no feeling of the partner Pokemon, right? Of your
Yeah,
starter. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's in the design of how it is, right? Because you're not actually collecting creatures. You're collecting designs of creatures essentially, right? Like
Sure.
because of the way that you're catching, you're like recording them. You're essentially creating an echo of what this creature is, and then you transform
Yeah.
into that. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you physically can't create a connection with this creature because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's very true.
and it's definitely not a design thing. Like the designs of the creatures are fun. I like a lot of them. You
Sure,
know,
sure.
they're cute, they're fun ideas, and they have, like they're I think what I like about it is that they tie their moves into the theme a lot as well. Um, like the dude who is a traffic cone has a move that uses traffic cones, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of idea. I think that's fun and I think it's really good. And a lot of effort has gone into those designs, into the thought of what they should be, feel like, as well as look like. I just
Yeah,
really don't like the UI. I really don't
I
like the UI.
I honestly cannot speak to that because it's been so long. I don't remember, but that might be fair.
I just,
Uh,
yeah, and that, and combined with the like, why when I sit down at a fire to rest, the fire exists, is there. I don't get to rest and heal my heal up until I also use some more wood. Like the fire's already there. Why do I need to use up more wood? And it's so much wood you have to use up. And I suspect it's one of these things where you get more and more. And, at 10 hours into the game, you probably have far too much and it doesn't matter. But like, I'm really early in the game and I'm
yeah,
weak and I'm not
yeah,
super
no,
strong and I'm not experienced at how this game works. And I have to pay 10 wood to
yeah,
rest to heal up.
yeah,
That's just
no.
bizarre. Why do I have to
I
pay to heal?
I don't
What is this, America?
I do recall that early on the game is pretty brutal. Yeah, there is a lot of going back and healing. There's a building or two, not just in town. There's a separate building, and I'll have to look it up. Where you can go to rest. That's close to the early area. But that is a valid complaint. Like it is pretty challenging early on compared to say Pokemon. You're not dealing with level 2 Pidgeys and Rattatas or
Yeah.
whatever. They're throwing you into full on fights.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll see. We'll see how it continues.
yeah.
I'm definitely going to give it some more time,
All
but
right.
I'm not
Well,
enamored by it yet.
I'll
Sorry,
be.
Kevin. Sorry, Johnny.
You just have to hear the good tracks. Just you wait.
I have to turn on the sound.
You
Goodness of
don't.
course.
Yes, you have to turn on the sound.
Kevin, I don't play games with the sound on.
This one you do. It's literally called cassette piece.
I get that, but like that's not going to make it or break it for me. I'm not going to go, oh, I don't like how the game plays. I don't like how the menus look. I don't like the battles, but the music's great, so I'm going to put in 50 hours into this game. That's not going to happen. Come on.
Maybe.
The gameplay has to stand by itself. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Shall we talk about some news?
I guess.
So we'll start off with the sad news.
Yeah,
Loose
this is
Leaf.
wild.
This is interesting. I have many thoughts about this, but let's just talk about this initially. So, Loose Leaf, a T-Witch simulator. This is a Kit Fox game. They have said that it's now indefinitely on hold. They have said, after years of trying, we haven't solved the important problems with its design. We don't see a great way to continue right now that would make a good game anytime soon, so we will not be moving forward. And I have thoughts because that is good that they've decided, oh, this isn't a good game, therefore we're not gonna finish this game and release it and sell a bad game. That's good.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, why are you deciding this after you've announced that this game exists? That feels like if you weren't sure when you announced this game, if you weren't sure that you had a game that might be good, why did you announce it in the first place and go, hey, here's a game that we're making? Oh, never mind. It's not a good game. That's a weird, like it feels like the initial development of like, can we make a good game or not? Like you start with that. You start with, is this going to be a fun core game? And you
Yeah,
go, yes, it is. Okay, great. Let's announce it. Not let's announce this game and then decide if it's a game or not. Like that's such a weird way to make that decision.
I agree. Yeah, like, was
It's
this crap?
bizarre.
Yeah, like I don't what are the problems that they couldn't solve, right? Like I want to know.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. I don't know because it's hard. Like it is probably very like specific stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so it's hard to know without being detailed in the game.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, weird decision.
When did they announce this? Do we know?
Like the game when
Let's
they
see.
announced the game in the first place.
Yeah, let's see. I'm kind of scrolling down. Uh Introducing December 7th of 23.
Yeah.
Um
So a bit over a year ago.
yeah. Um huh. I just I don't know. It's and you don't see this happen very often. That's what makes this interesting, right? Like it- uh this wasn't crowdfunded, was it? I hope not. Um but and they're saying indefinitely on hold, which is again a weird way. Um it just feels
Yeah,
odd. You know what? Okay, because big AAA companies do this all the time, right? Projects get put on hold,
absolutely.
canceled,
Yeah,
right?
they just do it privately.
Yeah, they just do it privately, right? But here, where it's a small team, I mean, that's what, 7 people. Like that, that's kind of everything if you're not doing a
Yeah,
game.
but no, I think indies do this as well. We
Yeah,
just like because you don't know whether a game is going to work until you have a base of it. And the thing
yeah,
is that you build out your proof of concept game and you go, is this fun enough? And
yeah,
then you go, yes, it is. Okay, we're going to continue and we're going to build the game. And we're going to make it look good. We're going to make it run well. We're going to add in all the story and all the characters and blah, 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 blah. But in this case, they did that after that. Yeah, I don't understand what happened here.
yeah.
This
And I
because
mean,
you don't see this with indies either. Like you
yeah,
don't see people announcing games that they then decide aren't fun,
yeah,
right? Like, and the thing is that there are so many games I think that people make that aren't fun. Why is this the one that doesn't get made?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's the challenge, right? Like we're not gonna know the whole story. It would be nice to know if they broke it down, right? Like if they went into a video and said, "Here's this thing that we can't get to work," or we just didn't like it, couldn't agree. But it's kind of a question mark. But I mean, overall though, as weird as it feels, I commend them instead of dragging this along
Yeah,
for
yeah,
whatever,
that's fair.
not 15 years in development. Um,
Yeah, that's totally fair.
so, but there you go.
On a more positive note, we have Tiny Garden have which came out last week, have announced their roadmap. Um, First of all, they already have a supporters DLC pack, which gives you some skins and stickers, exclusive stuff. It's just if you want to support the game more because it's quite a cheap game. It is £10, so it's not
That's affordable.
absolutely. And the supporters pack is okay, £1. It's not, it's very small. It's just a little bit extra. If you want to give them a little bit extra and get some more skins, there you go.
Yeah,
That's what you can do. Um,
very uh
they've
it's a cute game, I'll say that. Like,
yeah,
little Polly Pocket garden house decorating. It's very cute.
yes, I'm excited to play it. But they've also announced there's another update coming soon in the summer, I think they're saying,
Yeah,
because it's called the Summer Breeze content update.
yeah. Which good for them. Already working on the next thing.
Yeah, yeah. Outbound, as expected, Kevin, their announcement for Outbound was the date for their alpha release. Um,
Shocker.
the most the least exciting thing in the world because I'm not playing an alpha of your game. Sorry. Uh,
Yeah, we all know how I feel. I mean, early access alphas, all it's all like no offense, like it's important, good for you. I hope people do play, but I can't bring myself.
yeah.
I got stuff to do, other things.
Anyway, that's out on the 14th, which is in the past as you're listening to this episode. So
But that is a concrete step
it is
towards
absolutely.
a game, and that's always good. And Outbound's a fun little concept, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Have your whole camp on your vehicle.
I just love, yeah, I love, they've got one of the images of a ridiculous build. And I just love the idea of just making this stupid house on top of this
Yeah.
camper van. It is
Yeah.
so stupid. I love it so
It's
much.
great. I love it.
Without that, I would not be interested in this game. But
Yeah.
when they add that in, I'm like, yes, I'm so in for this.
Oh man. So, we're cheering you on Outbound, just not playing your alpha. Sorry.
I'm not playing your alpha. Name of the episode. Speaking of early access, Dinkum have announced that their 1.0 is coming out. So they were in early access for 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, nearly 2 years and 8 months.
Oh,
So
that's a beefy one,
it
but they're
is.
here. They're
They're
making it.
yeah,
That's great.
23rd of April, their 1.0 will release. And this is the Australian outback
Yep.
farming
It's
game.
Minecraft, but you're Australia, basically. I
Yeah.
say Minecraft, it's a lot of
It-
different survival
yeah.
type game. It's a lot of things. Um, I like the Australia concept because we see kangaroos, we see emus, we see a shark that you're fighting with axes and pickaxes, and a glowing mushroom gator. So the Australia idea is cool. I don't know how I feel the character designs. They're little. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, but overall, like I think it's a cool idea. I am tempted.
Yeah, it's on my maybe list. Like, if I didn't have anything else that I was wanting to play, I would be totally up for playing this, but I'm not sure what I'm going to not play in order to play this instead. That's my
Mm,
problem.
yeah, that's fair.
Next, we have Monster Patch. They've hit their Switch stretch goal, so it's coming to Switch.
Yeah, on the opposite end of the spectrum, this guy's succeeding too hard.
Oh my, yes.
Gosh.
He's also hit the next one as well, which is for
Yeah.
fossils. So there's going to be a
Yeah.
fossil system.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, where are we at? We're 20
We're nearly at
fossils.
nearly at 250,000.
Oh
And
my
what's the next
goodness.
one then? Because there's a 250,000 one is the treasure system.
Okay.
And then the one after that
I
is the game corner.
the game. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Um but I will say I hope this the one other asterisk is I hope all this doesn't bloat development where it takes like 5 years for this game to come out or
There
whatever.
is that. There is that. That
Yeah.
is always a worry. There was something else I was looking at. What was it? Oh, it was the new Chibi game where they were talking about the extra stuff that they've unlocked and like this means that they will take extra time and I'm like, oh, just I don't add your extra stuff. Like either just do it or add it in as future updates, right? Like let me play the game, like
Yeah.
because I don't care about fossils in your game
I
in
don't
Monster
either.
Patch. I would rather get the game earlier than not have fossils, personally.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
You know what? That they should Kickstarter game should do this, where you have all of them have their little ladder of stretch goals or whatever, right? Next to them, put the plus X number of months or years of development time.
But the thing is, right, they want people to buy because they get more money that way, right? Like
Yeah,
that's more guaranteed people buying the
yeah,
game because in the
yeah,
upfront, right?
yeah,
Like that is what they want. So they're never going to do that.
yeah. No, or okay, more realistically, make like I, right now, Sean Young should look at this. Let's say, okay, Battle Tower is going to be in the base game. Fossil System will be an update later, and label that. I
Yeah,
think that would be nice to say,
that
okay,
would be.
this is what I want for the base
Yeah,
game. This will come after because I want this game to come out.
yeah.
That would be nice.
So yeah, who knows when Monster Patch is actually going to come out, but I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it when it does.
when the big terrifying
Oh
question of
boy.
when.
Next, we
Uh,
have Art Clans, which is an upcoming game. They've announced that they've released their character creator app. Um, so you can go and create a character for the game beforehand. I think this is a fun little
it,
thing.
it is. Um, one. Yeah, that is a fun little, not even demo, but just a way to interact and get the name out there. That's a fun little thing. Um, what is the game? Actually, I don't even remember. Let's see. Hold on. You're wizards. You're a wizard. But that is fun. Little website games you can play to hype up for the game.
Oh, they have bald as an option. I
Oh,
love it when they
oh,
have
now we're
bald as an
talking.
option. Gimme your bald.
Let's see. Um,
Sorry, I'm making my character now.
that's good stuff.
Let's
Oh
get
man,
rid of the facial hair. I don't want earrings, thank you. I'll take some glasses. There we go. I've got my
there
character.
you go. We have
Love it.
Al in Arklands. Yay, Al lands.
Nice. Our lands. Continue. Oh, there's more stuff to do. You can do backgrounds.
Ooh.
Different
Oh yeah,
backgrounds.
do the whole thing.
Export. There we go. I'll send this to you, Kevin, and then I'll
Oh,
put
I
it in the
can't.
show
Oh, well, now
notes.
I got to make my own too. Oh, this will be. We can post these on the Slack. This is your bonus content for you
Excellent.
Patreon people.
We love it. We love
There
it.
we go. Okay, I've downloaded. There we go. We're now in Arklands. See, look how good this marketing is. We're doing it live on the show.
I like the designs of this as
Yeah, it's
well.
fun.
It's a fun little thing, and I feel like I could get something pretty close to what I actually look like.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Yours is good. I like yours. All right, here we go. I'm doing the thread spoilers for this week live. Um,
All right, do I need to post it in the thread as well?
that's what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah, cool. That makes sense.
Look at you. See, now Arc Lords has me infinitely more interested in this little game because I created my character.
Absolutely, and it's much better than telling you to go and play an alpha.
Yeah, it really is.
There we go. I posted mine in the spoilers thread as
Yeah,
well.
I'm doing it right now too. Let's see.
This is what you get if you're in the Slack.
Yeah, there we go. Look
Oh,
at us.
nice.
Yeah, I
I
like
like it.
yours. I like the red eyebrows. That's good. Yeah, these are good. These are really good. I like that. You can't tell the little full figure sprite apart, but the character portrait's pretty good.
Yes, that is going to be a problem with this game because I think,
You got to
I,
get the hat to see Al's bald. It's the only way you can do it.
yeah, yeah, there wasn't an option to not wear a hat.
I'm sure in the full game there will be, because
Yeah,
otherwise, well, I don't know, maybe not. Whatever.
well,
But
we'll see.
that's fun. Look at that live on the episode, making our characters for Arglands.
Fun times. Right,
Good
moving
for you,
on. What we
Arglands.
got next?
What
Dave
do
the
we have?
Diver.
Oh no,
Ichiban's holiday DLC is out now. The reason we're talking about this again
the
is
feel bad
because,
story of the year.
oh boy, uh, so all the previous DLCs I think have been limited time. So this one is also limited time, but it is a paid DLC as well. So you can't just go, oh, fine, I'll just add it to my inventory and play it later, which is what I did with the previous DLCs. It costs money, which I'm not
Okay,
against it costing money, right? Like it's
yeah.
a bit annoying that there've been so many DLCs that are free and now it's a paid one, but you know what? Fine, it's stuff. I'm happy to pay for stuff. But why do I have to buy it in the next 6 months?
Uh, am I still gonna get this? It's very likely, but I'm not happy.
Yeah, not happy about it. Of course I'm
Yeah,
going to buy it.
I feel more upset about this price than the Switch 2 because the limited time scarcity Mario
hmm
Nintendo's gonna come destroy your copy of Mario 3D All Stars feeling. It's not great. It's not a great feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
But here we are. What
Have you
can be
looked at
done?
trying to buy a physical copy of that now on eBay? They're so
I have not.
expensive.
I bet they are. Shocker. That's what happens when you create this dumb artificial scarcity
Yeah,
BS. Um, but and it kills me because the DLC looks fantastic.
yeah,
Like they're putting all the mini games and all the effort, the brawling, like, oh man. Oh, it kills me. But here we are. I don't like, I wonder if that's a no, because like I said, they've done limited time before, which I don't get to begin with, but here we are. How much is the DLC? I didn't even see the price.
It
Do we know?
is £6, so probably $10.
Okay. Still not happy, even though it's play. It's probably worth that price. It is a
Yeah,
lot of content. It
well,
looks more substantial
I
than the other ones.
yeah, I'm not saying it's not worth the price. I think it probably is worth the price for what you get, and
Yeah,
I think they probably should have charged for the other DLCs as well. Um,
probably.
I would say the Godzilla one make it £2, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
it's not worth
Yeah, that
10
was not
quid.
a lot.
But I get like, and I think it's important, blah 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 blah, for people to say that these things are worth something. It's the same Nintendo argument, right?
Yeah.
The limited time is the problem. That's anti-consumer because you're saying if you want to play this ever, then
Now.
you gotta pay for it now, and that is not good.
Now,
That's
now,
bad.
now. Now though.
Bizarre.
Money. CEO
Bizarre
wants money
decision.
now.
And it's not even, I don't even think it's like, obviously, I think the Mario 3D All Stars was stupid as well, but it's
Yes.
not even the same as that because I can still go and buy a physical copy of the game if I want.
Yeah.
And even if I can't, those are just ports. They're just games that you could play on something else if you wanted to, right? Like, I'm not saying that's good. I still think it's bad, but it doesn't even, this seems worse than that because this is content that you couldn't get in any other way. You can't buy it secondhand and you couldn't get it for another previous thing. This is, if you don't buy it in the next 6 months, you can never get this ever. That's bad.
Ooh. I'm gonna make a fortune when I sell all my Switches loaded with Dave the Diver with the Ichiban DLC. Just you watch. To the moon, baby.
Oh dear. Anyway, so that's that. That's out now. I'm gonna play it at some point, but yeah, I'm gonna grump about it.
Yeah, me too.
Right, we also have some new games. First up, we have Peggy's Farm, which describes itself as combine the cozy crafting of a farming sim with the satisfying physics of a pachinko game.
A pachinko game.
And
Yeah.
I don't know what a pachinko game is.
Oh, okay. So a pachinko game is, how should I put this? Okay, it's like pinball but without the flippers. So you just shoot your initial like
Oh.
one ball and it kind of bounces around and
Oh, it's
hits
that thing with
things.
like all the nails in and the balls go
Yes.
down and
Yes,
like
that
where they land
exactly.
is where they land.
That's the correct. That's
I
pachinko,
understand.
right?
What a
Popular in
weird
Japan for
combination of
gambling.
things. Why are you doing this? Why is this a thing? This is a what weird game.
Are you not enthralled by the concept of combining a cozy Stardew like with pachinko?
No.
It's what we've needed.
Look, maybe someone's excited about this, but
I know Konami's thrilled.
I
They said they
I
love
am
pachinko.
I I don't understand why. It's a bizarre game. It
It
feels
is
like
very
it feels
weird.
like those like merge games. It's
Yeah,
like the it's just different images depending on which version of this merge game you do, right? You can get
yeah,
merge game in so many different ways. And it's like it's not it's not a farming game, right? It's a pachinko game that happens to have images that are based on farming.
yeah. Well, I mean, no, it's the thing because when you hit the crops when you launch the ball, it actually causes them to grow or whatever. It's very weird.
Yeah, I don't yeah. I'm
I
all
don't
right,
know either.
thanks.
Not for us, but
I'm gonna pass.
yeah,
It
I'll probably
sounds like
pass.
something that would be an interesting idea, but I don't know why I would ever actually want to play it as a game. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're sitting in a brainstorming session. You're like, oh right, what else can we do farming games with? Oh, how about pachinko? And you go, that sounds fun. And then you start making the game, and you go, actually, that's not fun. It was just a fun idea, like Loose
This,
Leaf, a T-Witch
I was about to
simulator.
say, this is what loose leaf. They couldn't nail down the pachinko mechanics. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, good times.
Clear out space and collect materials with your pinball cannon. Watering your plants, use your cannon for that. Taking care of animals, your cannon does that too. Your fluffy friends love to bounce around that cannonball.
Oh, they love it.
No. Anyway, the Kickstarter is coming soon.
Best
I'm
of luck.
good luck.
I
Yeah.
will be intrigued to see if makes it. That'll be, it's,
On the
it's
other hand,
interesting. I will say that.
well, it's interesting for about 2 minutes and then it's no longer interesting.
Sure.
On the other hand, we have Neverway.
Oh yeah. Oh, now this one.
This one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh
After
yeah.
quitting her dead end job, Fiona starts over on a farm and becomes the immortal herald of a dead god. Make friends, fight, ugh. Make friends, fight through horrors, and pay your debt in this nightmarish life sim RPG.
Okay.
Um,
Well, okay.
First of
Before
all,
anything, well,
oh,
I have one question, just a
yes,
fundamental conceptual question.
go for it.
If the god is dead, why does it need a herald?
All gods need a herald. I'm
Even the
guessing
dead
you're
ones.
like going to try and bring the god back from the dead.
Okay. Is that it? Sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Okay. That was it. Okay. Now go ahead.
So, pixel art is made by the pixel artist from Celeste.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, shoot. Have we should. Oh, okay. I actually just need to message this to Kelly then.
I think this is super fun. I love the idea of it. It looks great. Um,
Yeah.
I've always liked the idea of a kind of horror style farming game, but none of them
Yep.
have ever really, I
Hit
guess,
that
other than Cult of the
balance.
Lamb, I guess, none of them have really
Yeah,
grabbed me in
but
any way.
yeah, sure.
But yeah, even Cult of the Lamb, it was still cutesy horror, right? Like it
Yeah.
wasn't really horror. And
And
this
it
feels much
was,
more horror, and I'm excited to see what happens because the other one that was that roguelite one, and I can't remember what it was, Pumpkin Panic, that's what it was.
yeah.
And that was just terrifying, and I never want to play that thing again. Uh this feels like something I could actually play properly, and it's an RPG as well. That sounds fun addition to it. Like,
Yeah.
I think this looks great, and I think people overall look really excited for it.
I don't blame them because this feels I would call this a Stardew like,
Hmm.
but the horror is it's a very thick layer of horror
Hmm.
and very well implemented. It's not just stapled on like this is top to bottom scary Stardew.
Hmm.
And it looks great. Looks fantastic. Because you have it all there. You have your crops, you're farming, you're even decorating your place and you're talking to people and relationships and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of horror. There's scary things in this trailer. Um, yeah, this looks fantastic. We don't have any ETAs on anything, huh?
No,
Um, but oh man, you can lie to people. Yeah.
finally.
Um, yeah, or date. Yep. So it is dating relationships. Um, yeah, I can't wait for this one. It just looks great. Um, Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, this is mature. Mature. Wow. Okay. Yeah. We get mm, just not good for work. Gore and violence and mature content. I can't wait. This is great. Oh man, this is one of the most exciting games in a while.
All right. Next, we have Cottonville, which feels like the complete opposite of Neverway.
Yeah.
Create, farm, and style in Cottonville, a cozy dress it up game with farming and sim mechanics. Uh, this is so sweet, it's giving me cavities.
It's very Facebook game, dress up, internet, cutesy. It's a lot of things. Um, like I'm sure this is great for some people. There's a market, I'm sure, but uh, okay, I have one huge complaint. The characters are always standing facing you. It's unnerving. I don't like it. I don't like
Their
it.
eyes move in the direction you're moving,
Yeah.
very slightly. Yeah, it's cute. I I don't know if it's for me, but I don't know for certain that it's not for me.
hmm
I could see myself trying it.
I don't think it's for me. Like I know I don't the dress up thing doesn't have my appeal, but I'm sure it's for someone.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's Cottonville. It's going on the Kickstarter, I think.
Yes, the Kickstarter I think is live already.
All
If
right, there
that's
you
what I
go.
said. Yeah, Kickstarter is live
Best of
now.
luck.
It is not doing well, but we'll see how things go.
Well,
It's
that's because the harvest season had yet to report on it. We're going to change the game for them.
it's a 1,000 euros of its 10,000 euro goal. So
Influencers.
it's gonna it might get there. It's gonna take a while. They've got a bunch of stretch goals. That's optimistic. Um,
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that's off. Ooh, good. Best.
Never put up your stretch goals until you've hit your target because that is embarrassing. It's really embarrassing if you have stretch goals and you never
Oh
hit your
yeah,
target, right? Come on.
yeah. Unless you're Sean Young, I guess.
I don't think he put up the stretch goals until he'd hit the target.
Did he?
It's just that it
Oh.
only took 5 minutes, you know? Uh,
Oh.
I do think, however, I feel like it will probably get made even with the Kickstarter doesn't because the Kickstarter is so low that
Mm-hmm.
it feels like something like they don't actually need the money and it's more like a
A
marketing thing.
test thing. Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. And that's all the news. Woo!
Ooh, we did it. We defeated the news finally. No new games ever again. Free. Free at last.
All right, we're going to talk about Mika and the Witch's Mountain and the updates. So, just a quick summary of what this game is. If you haven't listened to our previous episode, it will be linked in the show notes. Go listen to that because we're not gonna. I mean, okay, we're still gonna talk about how much we love this game, right?
Yeah, I
Because
love the game.
I
I
don't know about
finished
you,
the game
Kevin, but like
finally.
I still love this game. Uh, but a quick summary of it, just in case you refuse to listen to that episode. It is uh, a witch broom riding package delivery game with Wind Waker
Very,
graphics.
very niche, but very good. We promise you.
It is very fun. We talk loads about how much we love the core game in the first episode on it, but we don't want to do that here because it will just we'll just spend hours talking about how good it is. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about the
Yeah,
updates specifically.
assume it is good. It's good. It's still Wind Waker and Kiki's delivery service and good things.
So I'm going to talk quickly about the three updates and what they include in them, and then we can talk about what we've actually done and what we think about that, and if it's changed our view on the game at all. So the first update is the Churros and Cats update. So this adds the Churro Express minigame, which Kevin, I believe
Yeah,
you've played. Do you want to
I
talk about
did.
that just now?
Yeah. Okay. So, it's so right. The game is heavy about the broom riding, right? Well, now logical step. Okay, now do it fast. Here's your racetracks. Go. They give you like 7 courses, I believe. And you can complete them all, but they give you a time goal. Try if you hit the time goals, then you can get different rewards. You could get a special outfit, a separate charm. Um, I played them. It took me maybe an hour to clear them all. The first 4 or 5 are not terribly hard. They're easy. I one pretty much one shot them. Some of the later ones get a little more challenging. Took me a few do-overs to get them. Overall, I enjoyed it. Because so it's like an air. A lot of them are air-based tracks, right? Because you're on a broom, of course.
Yep.
They have these like churro rings, giant churro rings that you fly through to get speed boosts and reset the timer or whatever. The churro aesthetic is cute. I like it. It's funny. I like churros a lot.
Yeah, it's cute.
Um, but yeah, overall, no complaints. I enjoyed it. It was a very natural, like, yeah, of course they're gonna do that, and it worked. Yeah, no, the outfit you get for it is completing it's cute too. So there you
So
go. There's my thoughts.
I have one complaint.
Okay.
And it's not specifically about the Churro race, but it's about the updates in general. This just
Yeah.
feels like the time to talk about it. There, there's no indication as to how to do this in game.
Oh,
If you
okay.
if you open the game and you had completed the game before the any of the updates, as I done, you open it up and it's like, oh, hey, and you're like, hey, what am I doing here? what have I got to do? You tell me this stuff. What
Mm-hmm.
what is it? And it goes, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean? Where's the stuff? Where, like, I find that most games, when you have an update or a DLC that adds new stuff, you open up the game and it pops up and says, "Here are things you can do now," and you're like,
Yep.
"Great, I'll go do those." And
Oh,
this
here's it.
goes.
Yep.
There was one thing it told you about, which was about the pets companions. I think it mentioned that, and that was it. There was no information about anything else in any of these three updates, and so I had to Google to figure out how to do any of this.
Yep. So, okay. I don't think I touched Mika since the last episode, maybe like once or twice, but
Yeah.
certainly not since the updates. Um, when I have my game had updated, I loaded it, no messages or anything. You're right. No indication. Um, so I played around. I completed the story. Great ending, by the way. I loved it. Very cute.
Mhm.
Um, and I wasn't sure. I don't remember. I didn't look up what the updates were. I was just playing around because I just wanted to experience it. I don't know what I experienced. There were updates. I saw the churros and it's like, okay, this feels like an update, and sure enough,
Yeah.
it was. But let's get really into it because I'll just cut to the chase here. I was excited for the dungeons because when you complete the dungeons, you get the fake the green Mika. You're actually supposed to be Link Wind Waker outfit, right? And it lets you, I think, control the broom better or something like
Yeah.
that.
You can infinitely go up instead of
Yeah,
just the one boost.
which is great, fantastic,
Mhm.
right? So I was very excited for that. I could not find the dungeons. I played several days this week. I'm looking for dungeons. I'd beaten the game. I was like, where are you, dungeons? And then so I look online finally. And well, it looks like I'm playing on the Switch. Either my specific save file, or I'm guessing it's just my specific save file, is glitched. I could not access the dungeons. The doors just did not open for me. And it was extra frustrating because again, there's no indication that there are new dungeons or where to go or whatever. I happen to do the things. Um, and it didn't open for me but just no notifications or anything, so it's just very frustrating because I didn't know what I was doing, if I was doing it wrong, and I didn't get to play the dungeons at all, so that's very unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so. I got into the dungeons and they worked well for me. But interestingly, mine seems to be bugged in a different way in that I can't get the Green Witch outfit, despite having
What?
done the three dungeons and I've got the achievement. What you're meant to do next is a specific thing, and when I do, and it doesn't happen. And the
Oh
problem is because
yeah.
this game isn't popular enough, there aren't enough people talking about it, and
Yep.
therefore you can't tell if this is a specific thing that you're just doing
You
something
just
wrong or if
yep.
it's a bug, because there's not enough people saying this is exactly what you do because we figured it out, you know?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So it's a little bit of a problem.
It's
I
and that's
suspect both of these issues would not be an issue if you started a new save now.
that would be
Um,
my guess as
but
well.
I'm not sure I really want to go through the whole game again just to do that.
Likewise. Likewise. Um
I'd like if they did a new game plus, that would be fun, right? Like I've done
yeah.
the dungeons, give me a new game plus where I get the Green Witch outfit from the start. I'd do that.
Yeah.
I'd do the story again if I could have the Green Witch outfit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah, this
Awkward.
is oh, it's
It's a bit of a
frustrating. Like,
shame.
yeah, because chippy games often have a level of jank to them, right? Like,
Hmm.
let's be clear.
Yep.
Um, and it's a shame because this one is so enjoyable,
The,
but this jank is really frustrating at this point where I can't access the dungeons. You're not getting the Green Witch outfit. Like, oh, that's frustrating. Um, and it's extra frustrating because again, the game is good. The parts I can play are fantastic. I love this little game. Uh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think this is the thing. I think the thing is that chibi games are they're not your standard 2D indie games, right? Like, a lot of indie games are 2D because they're easier to do. They are
yeah,
3D games, and so with 3D games becomes a lot more complexity.
yep,
And they don't obviously have the size of teams and the amount of money that big game development companies have to have like huge QA teams that can figure out all these bugs and
Yep.
fix them all. And like, oh, here's like 20 different save states that you could be in when you do the update. And on
Yep.
these three ones, it didn't work, right? It's
Yep.
hard to do that. And so
Yep.
you're right. There is a little bit of jank to them because their games are typically slightly more complicated than most indie
Yeah.
games, but they
Yeah.
don't have the additional team sizes that bigger development teams can have,
Yeah. And
which is
that's
a shame.
yep. And it's and for the more or less the same reason, like, are we ever going to get a hot fix that, or, an update that's going to fix these save state issues? Probably not, because they, again, they just don't have the resource. I don't fault them for it, but just, it's unfortunate. That's all. Like, it hurts because I love the game so much.
Okay, cool. So that update also has some pets based stuff. I didn't particularly do it. I think there's a save the cats mini game. It just seems to be another collecting thing, which is
Yeah,
fun.
I
I
did
I
not do it
would
either. You
I would
hear the cats meowing.
I would
You're in
probably
the
have
right
done it
area.
if this had been there when I'd started the game, but like I'm not as much as I enjoy the game. I think maybe I would do it if I got the Green Witch outfit if that hadn't bugged out because I feel like
Yeah.
that massively changes how you play the game and I would
Yeah,
really want to
absolutely.
do that. But I've done everything else in the game at this point other than the DLC stuff and so I'm like, do I really want to go on another fetch quest? Not
Yeah,
particularly.
just some collectibles. Yeah, I don't blame you. Right. So the other big one is there's like 100 little statues. I don't Was that an update? I don't know. Little statues.
The statues
Um.
was not an update. There's like 100
Okay.
of them or something.
Okay. Well, if I got the Green Witch outfit, that would probably make hunting down the statues because you get other outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
Um. But
Yes.
because of the controlling the broom going up infinitely, huge game changer.
Agreed.
But here we are. We don't have it, so what can be done?
The next update was the oh, it didn't have a name this one. It's just second free content update, but I thought it had it. Oh, mini friends update. So this one added the mini map, which you probably were like, "Oh, I didn't realize it didn't have a mini map the first time." But
Yeah, that's correct.
because it's a good mini map. I like it. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's a
It's
great
good.
mini map. Yeah,
I'd forgotten it. I wasn't there in the first place because it feels so natural.
yeah,
And then there was a fishing mini game, which you can fish. In the way in the fishing in this is actually quite fun. In that you don't have a fishing rod. Part of the game as you go through the story is you have these uh glass fish bowls
bowls.
that you
Yep,
use for certain things. Throughout the story, and the fishing is you use one of these bowls to fish to grab the
yep,
fish out of the water. It's fun. I did a little bit of it. I, I don't
yeah.
feel the need to complete this like the other stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
I
fun.
agree. Yep. Um, yeah, I agree. Right, like I think the fishing how they implemented it was pretty nice. So it's nice that they expanded on it, but I didn't feel the itch to do it at where I was in the game. Right. I think that's kind of a common theme, except for maybe like the dungeons, I think is the big one that feels like a post game sort of. You can't even
Yes.
access it until the latter part of the game.
Yes.
These other updates, like they're small, nice, fun things, that, on their own are whatever. But I think starting fresh right now, it's awesome, right? Like,
I agree.
I think that was one of our biggest complaints from in the first episode that there just was not enough to Mika. That it was missing a little bit, right? It was a
Yeah,
little light, and I think altogether, like all these content updates, I think it's filled it out quite nicely. Um,
I agree, and I think I think that the dungeons make sense as an update.
uh-huh.
But I really wish they'd waited for the other two stuff to be ready. Because I would have much rather played this game with that stuff there. Right. And like the dungeons, because it's like an additional skill-based thing that gets you a little extra thing at the end.
Yeah.
I get why that's an update. But yeah, the other ones just felt like they just rushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to get this game out
Or
earlier rather than later.
yeah, or it was stuff they had already in the oven, just didn't finish, so they just quickly banged it out to finish it.
Yeah, who
Um,
knows?
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the dungeons then, or I should say, let me talk about the
Yeah,
dungeons.
tell me about the dungeon. Uh,
I love the dungeons. The dungeons are really fun. Um,
okay.
so first of all, obviously they're skill-based dungeons, so you have to be good in the broom to get them done. But thankfully you don't need to do them, right? So it's one of those classic
Yeah.
things. I always like when there's like here's really hard thing at the end that you don't need to do. It's not part of the main story, but it's something you can do if you really want to test your skill. And I find that really fun. What I thought was really cool is obviously there's one they're based on three elements, right? You got wind, water, and fire. And what I loved is they all had a different way of getting through the dungeon. So obviously um it's all about riding on your broom. And if you boil it down to that, it's they're all basically the same. But they managed to do it in such a way that they all felt very different. So the
Yeah,
wind
from
one is purely about going super fast and dodging things and just trying to get to specific places. And it's literally about how can you fly properly and can you do what you meant to do? And that's really good. And that was fun. And it's just your standard dungeon for broom riding. The water one was much more puzzle based, where you had um these like little frog like friends they're called, and you have to like put them
their
in
Kappa.
specific. They are Kappa, but in the game they're called little frog like friends.
Yeah. Well, here's the
I don't
thing.
know
You
why.
you meet a few of them outside the
You do,
dungeons,
you do.
and they do use the word Kappa, but they still call them frog like friends.
Yeah, I think the heart of the mountain calls them Kappa, I think, at one point, but that's the
That's
only time they
correct.
actually use the term. Everywhere else it's little frog like friends. Um so you have to like transport them around the dungeon, putting them in. If when you put them in a specific place, the water level rises, and that allows you to access different places. But then you need to get the kappa from there to another place. But now you don't have when you take it off the out of the bowl, the water level goes down again. So it changes the puzzle of how you're getting around as you do
Oh,
it.
that's really fun.
It is. It's really fun. I really enjoyed it. And there's like, it's not really short either. It's quite long. It maybe took me an hour to get through the water dungeon.
Oh, wow.
So it feels, it's a proper good length dungeon. And it feels very much like a kind of a proper Zelda dungeon type thing.
Yeah, I was about to say that, right? Because from the very minute one, Mika has said that we're inspired,
Yeah.
meaning we're trying to copy as much as we can from Wind Waker, and they did a good job, right? And so
hmm
that's one element they didn't have dungeons, and so to hear they
hmm
did it and did it well, that's great. That's fantastic.
The wind one, I think, maybe took me 10 or 15 minutes. So it's much shorter, but it's very much about like, I think if you weren't as good as me at flying the broom, it might take you longer. But it's very
Skill issue.
simple in terms of like you're going from A to B four different times. And if you don't fail it, it's not going to take you a long time. Whereas the water one is about figuring out how do I do this? Like, how do I get from
Uh-huh.
A to B while
Which is a
also
lot,
not
very
having.
much Zelda.
Exactly. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. So that was fun. And then there's the fire one, which is
The combat one, finally.
you have so the fire is it gets you higher, right? So
Right.
if something is on fire and you go on it, it raises you up, right? Because hot air, it makes you go up. So the whole point
Yep.
of this one is going up from the bottom to the top. And each level within that, I think there's four levels within that, you have to go and get into a part of the dungeon that has a puzzle in it there and come out with this flaming orb that will then set fire to this level's cauldron, which will then raise you up to the next level. And they get quite complicated as it goes through. And the last one is like in almost pitch darkness, and you're having to find your way through a maze using just the light from the fire that you're holding.
Oh, that's really cool.
So yeah, I think the what I love most about it is how different they are, and yeah,
Yeah.
fundamentally it's just about flying, but they're puzzles
I
and
mean, that's the game, so
it is, but they all feel so different because of that. The different ways of doing it. It's not just like, oh, here's a dungeon, but this time it's themed around wind. Like the actual
Mechanics. Yeah.
mechanics within it, even though you're just on a broom, they managed to make it feel very different because of those different mechanics. And I think it's really fun. I would highly recommend if you've played the game, pick it back up, go do these dungeons. Honestly, Kevin, I would say I don't think for anything else it's worth starting a new save, but if you can't get into the dungeons and you need to start a new save, I would say do it because you enjoyed this game,
I
and I
do.
think I think you would love the dungeons. I think the dungeons are the best bit of this game. They are so
Wow.
fun.
That's high praise. And you know what? I mean, Mika's not a terribly long or difficult game, so that might be worth a replay just to see if we can hit those dungeons and to experience maybe not 100%, but be able to fly around, find some of those statues using the Green Witch outfit, which does sound nice.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So there we go. If you've not played Mika before and you were thinking it looks fun, but you want to wait till it's finished. There you go. Go play it.
Yep. And it feels finished, right?
It
That's the
does.
important
It
thing.
does now feel finished. It didn't feel finished before. That was one
Yeah.
thing that we kept talking about, and we could tell there was stuff that was missing,
Yeah.
and it felt like they'd released it early rather than, we always talk about like there's a difference between releasing a game that's finished and then adding more stuff to it,
Yeah.
and releasing a game that's unfinished and finishing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, that's great. I'm so happy, they finished it because Mika, yeah, from the beginning it was all the good things about it were strong from the start, right? The design, the charm, the personality, the art style, all that. But it was just missing just a little more meat on the bones, and that's what we got through all these updates. And yeah, no complaints anymore. It's a short, sweet, uh, charming little game that I cannot recommend enough, especially now.
Agreed. Awesome. Wow.
All
I don't
right.
think there's much else to say.
Yep. No.
Those are the updates. We still love the game. We love it more now.
Yep.
Go buy this game.
Go buy it. Go do a
We'll,
capitalism. Buy the game.
we'll see you in 2 years for Elusive.
Wait, what's elusive? Is that the next cheap beak?
That's
I
their
don't know.
next game. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I
That's
can't
the
wait.
uh, the Borrowers game.
Okay. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. That's sick. I can't wait.
All right. Well, Kevin, thank you for joining me. Where can people
Thank
find you
you.
on the internet?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Al. Find me over at Koopa Prez on Blue Sky if you want, the social medias or whatever. Or the Artist Square if you want to see some of my art. Um, Find me, or more interestingly, perhaps, find me over at Rainbow Road Radio, Mario themed podcast I do with our mutual friend Alex. We did our schedule's a little up in the air right now, but we did do an episode for the Switch too because there's so much Mario stuff to talk
Yeah, let's
about.
not pretend like it was talking about the Switch 2. It was just about Mario Kart.
It was, look, Nadia came on, she demanded it, and it became the Mario Kart episode. I
Yeah,
said
no,
my,
I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was bad. Just let's
yeah,
not
no,
pretend it was a
no, no,
Switch 2. It was not a Switch 2
I'm,
episode. It was a Mario
that
Kart World
is a
episode.
Mario Kart. It's yeah, you're not wrong.
I
Um,
enjoyed it because Nadia has spent a lot of time hyper analyzing specific things that I never would
they,
have even thought about. And I
yep,
enjoyed hearing all of that.
Nadia likes the Mario Kart,
Absolutely.
and that's why she was on.
Yep. Absolutely.
uh,
It was a
um,
good listen.
yep, that was fun. So go check that out. What about you, Al? Where do people find you?
Here, you can find me here. There we go.
There you go.
You can find the podcast on Tumblr and on Blue Sky at THS Pod. You can send us feedback on our website, harvestseason.club, where you can also
Do
find
that.
links to everything, including our Patreon, patreon.com/THS Pod, where you can support the podcast. Uh,
Get
whatever that means going
access
forward.
to the Slack.
Yes, go see our pictures, our Artland pictures.
Yeah, that's the
Kevin, you need
hot
to download a
content.
higher quality one because
Did I not?
do the
Oops.
8 times one. It's a
Oh
bigger
yeah, you're
image. It looks
right.
better.
That's a little one. I'll do that.
Um, and you can also get extra bonus episodes. We'll be having one coming out very soon about our thoughts on the
About
Switch 2 in general.
this. And more than Mario Kart, we promise. You want to hear talk about the geopolitical realities impacting our consumption of electronic software? Spoilers, it's gonna be okay, kind of. So maybe,
Maybe. I mean,
maybe.
who knows? This episode won't be coming out for a week, so who knows what will happen in a week.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then next month we'll have some Eurovision episodes as well.
Ah, the
It's
tradition.
time again for that.
Sick. I can't wait.
All right, that's everything. Thank you, Kevin, again for joining me.
Thank you all for having me on.
Thank you, listeners, for listening. And
Thank
until
you
next
all.
time, have a
Have a
good
good harvest.
harvest.
Woo! All right. We did it. 5 hours later.
The harvest season is created by Al McKinley with support from our patrons, including our pro farmers Kevin, Stuart, and Elisa. Our art is done by Micah the Brave, and our music is done by Nick Burgess. Feel free to visit our website, harvestseason.club, for show notes and links to things we discussed in this episode.
I need black hair. That's the problem. Okay. Don't want a mustache.
I think I need to export it at a larger size. It's quite small at that one.
How do I full screen this? Oh, here's the full screen option.
Oh, there we go. That's a much bigger image.
Oh, so how's that a? Oh, I see the grump now. The grump mouth. We're just gonna go with small. Those are some nice bangs. What is a dut? I didn't even know that was a hairstyle.
I don't know.
Oh, wild. Oh, my hair's not actually that long right now, sadly. Locks. Oh, not my kind of locks. Yeah, we're going with wavy. That's always a good one for me. Um, the I'm Kevin arc. Weezlord. I'll be an Arc Lord.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm also an Arc Lord.
there we go. Oh man. Oh, that is a lot of backgrounds. There we go. Okay, I've downloaded. There we go. We're now in Arclands. See, look how good this marketing is. We're doing it live on the show.